In any other situation, when people are too old to competently do their jobs, they are removed from those jobs. When people become too old to be productive, they are moved into retirement, into places where they'll be safe. And honestly, that is exactly what needs to happen to the United States government. The government is full of a majority of people who are not only old, decades past retirement age. They are out of touch. They are selfish. They do not care for the country, the people, the infrastructure. The only thing they care about is becoming wealthier off of the labor and backs of the rest of the population, maintaining their funky power, and giving unfair advantages and perks to their families and their friends. And that's not right. They are out of touch. This country has had yet another mass shooting. And I already know what's going to happen. There's always shock, fake outrage, a bunch of people crying, usually the victims' families or the victims themselves if they survived. And then there's the mindless conversation about gun control, the Second Amendment, mental illness. People ask the stupid question of, how could this happen? What can we do to prevent this from happening again? And then those useless thoughts and prayers. Yeah, thoughts and prayers, okay. But nothing ever changes. As soon as the Columbine shooting back in the 90s happened, this government and this country should have decided right then and there that guns were not going to be easily accessible. People love to cite the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. But with that right comes freaking responsibility. And I doubt that when that amendment was written, it meant that people could accumulate enough weapons to fuel small armies. And also, at the time period when that was written, automatic weapons did not exist. It took a long time back then for people to load up a rifle to shoot somebody. And it's not just the mass shootings that have just really irritated me at this point. This country's infrastructure is falling apart. Resources are not distributed the way that they should be. People are becoming less educated. People don't have access to clean water like they should. They don't have access to healthcare like they should have it. They don't have access to food, good food, nutritious food like they should. Meanwhile, this country has no problem throwing away millions, probably billions of tons of perfectly good food every year. And wasting countless gallons of water on landscaping. I do not care about the grass being green when there are people whose water is brown. I don't care about the grass. I don't care about the bushes. I don't care about the stupid fountains. There are far more empty housing units than actual homeless people. Homelessness should not exist in this country. And all these problems in this country, so many more that I haven't even mentioned, could easily be resolved if the people in the government actually cared. But they don't. And that is crazy to me. It is the people that keep the government going. It is the people that support the government, not the other way around. And yet, it's the politicians, the people in the government that are getting wealthy off of the labor of the rest of the population. But what are they actually doing to contribute to this country to make life actually better? Nothing. That's what. because they've convinced this country to treat politics like sports. And it's absurd. Every single person that is in the government older than age 50 honestly needs to be removed at this point. They have demonstrated time and time and time again that they do not care about this country. They don't care about the people. We need to remove them. This is not right that this keeps happening. This is not right at all.